Oh, we are live again, but now I'm on YouTube because I have no idea what's going on between StreamYard and Twitter.
Don't copy that one.
So guess what?
Yeah, I got you, Eli.
Another episode of the Giant Cast. We're still here. I hope for some reason, like, you now can send us out some.
Don't copy that one. Dude, oh, freaking out. Shit. Oh, we live?
No idea what's going on.
We're live. We're live.
Yeah,
we're live and we're falling apart by the seams over here. All right. Oh, hey, Danny. What's up, Danny?
Oh my God!
Twitter.
Thank you, Danny. Thank God.
Yeah, thank God. What's up, Steven? How are you?
How do you see where do you see the comments?
Yo, I can see him on the side.
What's up, man?
Change it from
I'm
private
just
chat.
happy to hear those comments, man.
Yes,
we thought no one was here. We thought it was Ghost Town.
For the record, I'm telling you that we've been using Twitter and StreamYard for a year, no problems. And some reason they're just throwing a monkey wrench in our 50th episode.
It's over.
Yeah. So here we are. We're on YouTube. Maybe we'll be here from now on. Either way, I see you boys. What's up? Thanks for bouncing over. If you were on Twitter and you were asking questions, we couldn't see anything. So I apologize. What we covered so far is...
Well, actually, me and Spiro were about to go head-to-head, but we'll save it. We'll save it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
We were in the whole time. Actually, good conversation. Oh, so Danny says he saw us the whole time. But Danny, we couldn't. But Danny, I couldn't get any comments. Like, I can see you comment. I can see Esley. I can see Steven. I can see you guys. I couldn't see you before. And if I can't see you, then I can't tell these guys what question you have to answer. So
send us your dialogue that you were having. It looks like you guys said you're having some good conversations.
Exactly. All right. We did player of the game. We did dog of the game. So my question to you, gentlemen, is this. And like, we're gonna keep it sweet and keep it moving, but like, we saw a lot of good things. I had a really, and I'm sharing this with you. Some of you guys haven't heard me say this yet. I think Jeff and Spiro maybe heard me this morning. Alex Bachman, out of the blue, sends me a DM today. Thank you, Alex, for the insight. Dan Ozlowski, who we love, and Eli so kindly got to come on our show in a couple of weeks because Vibes is the man, as always. So Dan had a nice piece of content today he put out there, and he was kind of going over a handful of stuff that he saw in the game, right? And Alex was saying, those were day one installs, what you saw, okay? What you saw against the Saints was a day one install. They've had that in the book. They've had it ready to go, and it does seem to be a lot of guys not on the same page because they weren't in training camp. Guys were hurt. Like the puzzle pieces weren't all fitting. And believe it or not, I'm the first guy to tell you I don't love Jason Garrett, but maybe there's a little bit of credence to the fact that he wasn't rolling it all out because they weren't ready. Because what Dan was crowing about how great they looked and all these, different wrinkles they put in. Alex told me that it's a day one install. Everything you saw has already been there since day one. So my question to you is, guys, are they kind of hitting stride right now? Fresh, I'm starting with you. Are they going to hit a little stride here? Are you feeling – listen, we got a tough schedule, but do you feel they are better today than they were 2 weeks ago?
Are you better off today than you were 4 years ago?
No, absolutely not. 4 years ago, I was younger, faster, in better shape. Yes.
Keep hearing those governor commercials on the radio. But anyway, we have Is
that you, Jeff?
Yeah. I am not. Like, I feel good about where Jones is, and I am a little bit bummed still with Garrett, just because I don't think he's gonna become something different at this point. And while the offense scored more, it was a lot because of the players overcoming a bad offense and bad schematics, and we can get into that a little bit. But I am optimistic just because I really like the playmakers we have. I love Golladay. He's been really as good as advertised. Big catch radius. Him and Jones are clicking, especially for guys that didn't practice a lot together in August because Golladay had the injury.
Better now than they were 2 weeks ago is the question.
I think so. I like the pieces they have, and I think that the players are just going to be way more comfortable with what's going on.
Eli, talk to me about. Are you feeling like they can catch some fire here, or is it?
Did not make this long-winded. 2 weeks ago when they had Washington, they looked great. It looked like the offense was firing all cylinders, even though we lost that game. But then the week after, they laid an egg. You know what I mean? So this week, firing on all cylinders. What's next week? We hope that it could be consistent enough. So I'm not really exactly sold on it because I think their game plan is by opponent. But again, they could crack the bed. So if they're consistent coming out firing on all cylinders in the Cowboys, then maybe. But other than that, I'm not really sold on it just of yet as far as consistency is concerned.
Spiro, talk to me. Like, you like what we all liked what we saw. You and I spoke right after the game. We were jacked. The whole rest of the weekend was on fire. I was cleaning and fixing everything under the sun. Jeff's half in the tank coming home from a bar. He's celebrating. I mean, we were feeling good. Is this? Are we holding on to this? Can we continue this, Spiro?
Honestly, this next game is such a huge barrier for a huge tilt in which way I'm going to judge this. He needs to show it 2 games in a row. We need to get on a little streak here. It can't be one on, one off. And
okay.
I personally, Jerry's very much still out on him because his red zone calling is where it's screwed. It's screwed. Like last game, even in a good game, he still could not call a good red zone, offense. So I want to see it. It's going to be. We're going to have to put up 30 plus to compete with Dallas. So you can't just wait 53 minutes to turn it on again like they did in the Saints game. It's going to have to happen from Jump Street. Stay aggressive the whole game, pedal to the metal. Other than that, I'm seeing progress, baby. Let's go. I'm seeing huge progress.
Truth. Do you like what you see? Can we continue this momentum? And Danny's got or Jason's got a question in here about Tony. It was nice to see him get a bigger role. What's it look like if Shepard comes back against Dallas?
Well, they'll find snaps for Tony. They'll find snaps for him. I'm not worried about that. But you get to see your best players play their best. Jones, Barkley, Galladay, they all played well that game. But that's what I got too. I got my beer. But there
you go, Michael.
Yeah. The offense is not concerning me so much as the defense is. So I think the Giants will continue to score. They'll be exciting on the offensive side, but we got to see how the defense can figure it out.
They're not concerning you when they scored 14 points at home on Eli Manning Day against the Atlanta Falcons.
Does it concern me? It happened. I'm not going to worry about it. It's one game. Yeah, it happens. I'm not saying they're going to be the Kansas City Chiefs.
Hold on to that, Spiro, for a second. Let Jeff get in. Jeff, are you feeling like it's a one-hit wonder thing, or is this momentum for the future?
I mean, I'm not going to trust Jason Garrett until it's obvious that we should trust Jason Garrett. I mean, what did Fresh just say? I mean, it was a week earlier that they laid an egg against the Falcons at home on a day that John Mara probably invested a ton of time and effort and money into making that special, and they lost at home on a last-second field goal. That's unacceptable. I think when Shepard comes back, obviously he deserves playing time. He was having such a good camp and doing so good. Slayton, I think this bumps Slayton down. Assuming Shepard comes back and he is still that guy, he obviously deserves to be on the field. I think this bumps Slayton down. Tony needs the ball. That guy is different. He moves different. I was getting Tyreek Hill vibes, the way he was juking and moving. That dude is different. And that's why they drafted him to break plays. Like regular plays that go for 5 to 7 yards, he's turning into 12 to 14 yards. That's what you want. Get him the ball.
This is my favorite. This is my favorite part of the show. Like, how many times have we been on Giant games together and someone comes up and introduces themselves and you don't know who they are because you only know their icon and on their Twitter handle? Guys, you ready? Here you go. Hang in, everybody. Buckle in. Ready? Wait. Wait.
Let's go.
Hey, Carl.
This is like when Spiro had his real estate picture as his profile picture. Yeah. What is this?
So we love Fly Guy.
Absolutely.
But now we actually know Fly Guy is
Love
Carl.
you, buddy.
Fly Guy.
Santucci and Susini, why don't you open up an Italian food truck or something?
That's not right at all. That's not right at all.
I know that's not fair.
Is that
that's
racist?
It's a
totally not
question. He
fair.
gave me a
That's
question.
racist, isn't it? All right.
All right. Wait, a truth. You took a question from someone on Twitter this week. You got that question handy?
Well, yeah, Fly Guy said,
Yeah,
asked
read
about-
it off.
You
He
mean
said
Carl?
if the Giants
There it is.
do get a top 5 pick, he says, what will they do with it? Will they stand pat, or will they do what they did last year? Will they make a move, trade? And if the right player is not there, so my response is anything is possible. I mean, they did it last year. They traded, so it all depends who the new GM is going to be. Because let's face it, there's going to be a new GM.
Yes.
It all depends who that is. They could trade, or the right guy could be right there when they pick.
I think it's too.
There's a lot of talent in this draft, especially on defense. I know we got to get a line, but
I think one, great question. Two, good answer from you. And I think Spiro and me are at least talking about it. Like, I don't know how you get around a pass rusher at this point in time. Like, you got to sell your soul for a pass rusher, whether you take that pick and trade it for leverage to get even a better pick or a trade. Like, you can't have, and listen, I know, we won one game and we're 1/4 the way through 2021, but because we're asking a question about next year, which is a little premature, but Spiro, do you not agree that if the change on this team revolves around the pass rush?
Yeah, well, two things. One thing we could pretty much, and we're not there yet, but we're getting there. We can pretty much rule out a quarterback because Daniel Jones has stepped up and taken that away, which is
absolutely.
huge. So we need a couple of other teams to pick a quarterback so somebody else could fall. Yes, but pass rusher, Thibodeau's probably going 1 or 2. I don't know if we're going to be that bad. Hopefully the Bears are. But give me Leo, Hutchinson. There's some good pass rushers behind him too, and
Not in top 5 though. Not in the top 5.
This feels too.
He
soon.
won't be top 5.
This feels
Hutchinson.
too soon.
Yeah, this is way too soon to talk about. If you were to talk about it, you take the best edge rusher
We're just
available.
answering his question. We just answered Fly Guy's question. That's all.
Yeah, then we
not
take the
a
best edge
quarterback.
rusher available. If he's not there, then you trade out and get more players because we still need offensive line. We still need another cornerback. We still need an edge rusher. We still need some
Well,
players.
that's why you have 10 picks.
There you go.
right.
There you go.
But
You
we
wanna
do
take what's
know,
available.
and we'll keep moving. But we do know, and like I said, I'm not banging on Spiro's drum here, but we talked about it like extensively the other
you
night.
bang my drum all day.
So
Pause.
That's a
right.
visual right there.
that was slightly uncomfortable, but
I liked it.
I mean, it was different if I said
episode.
I didn't say flute, I said drum. Okay,
I gotta be the guy from New York to say pause on that, just to let you know. All right?
Exactly. But one way or another, this team better find a pass rusher, one way or another.
Can I just say one
For
last
sure.
thing about Garrett, and I'll be done.
Yeah,
This
go.
will be quick. I think he's opened up the pass game. We got him for getting conservative.
You're
But we
high.
saw-
You're high, dude.
We saw
Let him talk
5,
trash.
20. I'm just telling you facts here. We saw 5 passes, 20 plus yards down the field. That was just facts against a good defense.
I just muted
and-
Fresh.
The reason why this is like around the horn kind of shit. I like it. The reason why is because he's starting to trust the offensive line to block it up for Daniel Jones. That makes the deep passing game come right after it.
Yep.
That's why I think it's going to progress. The system's still not great, but we're going to see downfield passing now. It's not going to be curl routes every 5 seconds. That's all I got to say.
That would be great. That would be
McCoy says he's doing the Hefe dance to that.
Go ahead, the real McCoy. Go ahead.
All right, we got a little sidetracked with that, but I did want to make sure we snuck that question in there. Vibes, ton of good things happened, right? We saw Tony, we saw Galladay, they saw them go downhill. Let's talk about Barkley for a second. Fresh and Spiro and me and Truth kind of, cranked through a couple topics in about 26 minutes after the game. And one we left at the end was basically Barkley. Eli, what did you like about Barkley? Did it give you some encouragement? Because I got to tell you, there was nothing more pretty than that throw, that seam route, or if you want to call it that fly route down the sidelines where Jones hits him on stride and he just burns past Latimer and whoever the safety was. What's your thoughts on Barkley? And, is this going to be a jump-off point for him?
Listen, I mean, Barkley had a pretty decent game, 4 yards per carry, right? But the most important thing, what you see is that he's cutting on that knee. He's running with confidence. He has that same speed as he had before. So I'm just seeing Barkley get back into what Barkley used to do, and seeing him score that touchdown, especially on that pass play, was awesome. Not only that, what does it do for his confidence? Because he goes right back out there in overtime, runs the ball, no north-south. No east-west, just north-south, straight towards the goal line and scores the game-winning touchdown. So that's just tell you, Saquon Barkley is back. He's ready to go, and he's only going to get better as the time progresses because there's some more confidence he has in his knee and the play calling in that line. And it seemed like he was poised and he was taking his time as well, finding these holes everywhere. So it looks like he's starting to get his vision back. But Saquon looked like Saquon of old. Looked like he's coming back into it. So I love what I saw in this game for sure.
You know what my favorite part was he scores, he runs down the field,
straight to
yards,
DJ.
Right to Jones.
Right to DJ.
Right to Jones.
Absolutely.
That's part, dude.
That's a great relationship.
Favorite part of the game right there. That says so much that he didn't want to celebrate with anybody else. He went right to
just
DJ. That was a perfect throw. It was a great play call. That was encouraging from Jason Garrett because what we don't like is running Barkley right up the middle for a 2-yard. He's getting hit too soon. You know what I mean? Like you got to get that guy in space. He put him way out left. Called a perfect play. It was a great throw, and he burnt like that's what the Giants need to be doing. And it was encouraging with Ross too. You got speed, just fucking send him. And you got Jones, a great deep ball thrower. Like Jason Garrett is doing things that we want to see. That was encouraging.
So this comment's pretty cool by Elsie, because you know why this is cool is he was always a leader, but I think he's been through so much that I think he's coming out on the other side like completely different, right? He's gone from like the face of the franchise, the guy with all the rushing yards, right? He's got all the interviews, he's got all the endorsements and the commercials. Then for a year, what does he got? Nothing. It's just him and his rehab. I think he's come through a lot. So I think Elsie's right that he is going to emerge as a different type of leader now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was great to see that post-game celebration too. Yeah. If you guys didn't watch it, it was really awesome. And everyone, the way that they all like talk about him, they're all just so pumped for him. Just seeing, the grind he went through every day. So good for him.
I don't know if you guys saw this at all. I'm sure Nick Gates is on his sixth surgery. That's an uphill battle now.
That's bad, dude.
You're in our hearts, baby.
Yeah. The sad part about it is, you could start with the fact that he was a center. They moved him to guard for the one game. Maybe if they didn't move him, maybe it doesn't happen. You never know. But, I think his what's the word I'm looking for? The recovery after 6 surgeries, it must be way worse than we've ever planned on. Jeff, this team's going to have to move forward without Gates. Probably. Let's even say he makes a miraculous comeback like Alex Smith did, right? You're not looking to get him back until maybe the middle of 22, maybe, right?
Yeah, and what are you getting? You don't know. It could take time.
Well, yeah, putting that aside, I'm just saying the body that's being cleared to play. Jeff, what did you think of the O-line? I saw Baldy raving about what's his name? Skura? Is that Skura? Yeah. Skura. I saw Baldy raving about him. Say he might be the best guard they put in there. What was your thoughts, Jeff, on the line?
Rob Sale. We need to give a ton of credit to Rob Sale, the O-line coach. Nate
Great
Solder.
Call, Jeff.
Did you hear Nate Solder's name at all? You didn't hear Andrew Thomas?
Really, no.
Daniel was protected, and that's why the offense worked. Like, let's be honest. It's what we've been saying for 2 years. Give Daniel Jones time and give him weapons, and he can play. Well, like, as a surprise to everybody, this O-line of all O-lines is giving him some time. Like, it's unbelievable what Rob Sale has done with this unit, and the way they're protecting. Andrew Thomas is completely an absolute rock on the left side. I absolutely love it. But what Rob Sale has done with this crew is pretty unbelievable. I mean, if they go into Dallas with this aggressive mindset, the defense obviously has to step up huge. But if the offense is really aggressive, you can score points on Dallas.
And Mr. Clark, it is a full house tonight because it's supposed to be our celebration of our 50th episode with this crew right here. So that's basically, we've given you one Giants Guys episode basically for the last year, and then we've added on, of course, El Jefe and Spiro. Me and Eli are working on Rant and Raves. Of course, we've got Coach's Corner, Pilgrim's Point. We've got Java with Jones. I even have a Java with Jones logo for Fresh. Spiro's got his own signature. We've, of course, it makes me laugh every time he does it. Jeff's always got his Wedding Crasher thing.
Spiro, I bet Spiro couldn't even do his signature. Right,
I'm lost.
Because my favorite part is when he does this. When he goes.
Look how he's doing a field sobriety test, right? He's like, touch your. Exactly.
He throws it away at the end.
Mr. Kazabian, walk the yellow line, please.
Yeah. I love it.
Listen, guys, we're really pumped to be here. We're going to give you more. We're talking about, we just had a little meeting, Instagram account we're looking at bringing on for you, for IG people. Like, we're talking about, we're definitely going to do, we got Giants games coming up, so we're going to be doing more stuff there. Look, I got a big stack of these guys.
Hey.
Are those the magnets?
Hey.
Magnets.
I need a new one for my beer fridge.
NYGiantsRust.com. Go get them, guys. Go get them.
Yeah. Hey,
please support.
Definitely support. Get to the website. Read these guys' stuff. Especially, at least my favorite thing to do is to read Java with Jones, because Fresh is up to like 1 o'clock in the morning writing his article. And I appreciate that you guys support the fact that you guys are all in bed and Fresh is still writing his stuff. So let's keep flying through this stuff. All right. So let's move. Barkley, Eli nailed it. Rest of you guys are nailing the Barkley. I'm going to go over to you, Truth, and I want you to tell me, if you found a bottle on the beach and a genie popped out and it gave you 3 wishes, but the caveat is that it's 3 defensive wishes. What's those 3 defensive wishes? Because if the Giants are going to win 7 games, 8 games, 9 games, which would be amazing, which we all think is a little bit of a pipe dream, 10 to floor. Yeah, I know. I'm trying not to go. But we're gonna
Don't give up hope yet. Don't give up hope yet, right?
Not giving up hope.
It's still alive.
I'm not giving up hope.
Not thematically.
Giving up hope. Mr. Stewart, you got 3 moves you can make on the defense. What's it going to be?
Well, listen, you want to get somebody to put pressure on the quarterback. That's big. Maybe get somebody who can help stop the run.
How are you getting that pressure? Are you going out and getting someone, or you're trying to manufacture with what you have?
Well, that's my wish, right? So if it's now, we're gonna get somebody. They have nobody on the team other than Williams who can.
So before next week,
I'm totally muting your ass.
And my third wish would be get a corner who could shut down, a man-to-man corner.
Man-to-man corner, pressure on the QB. All right, that's your 3.
And stop the run.
Well, that's a Martinez thing. I don't know if that's going to change, but if you're having a wish, yeah, you're bringing in Van Der Esch or something, right? Rax, what about you? You're you're out there, on the beach in Jersey because you got vacation. So you and the wife, you're strolling down the beach somewhere, and I don't know, Ocean County somewhere. Yeah, and all of a sudden,
right?
I see it. I see it says Rax on it too, by the way. It's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
I got
Thank you, guys.
So there you are. You and Mrs. Rax are having a conversation. Next thing you know, there's the genie pops out and he's like, "What's up, bro? What do you need? I got 3 wishes. You are also on your offensive side of the ball. What's your 3 wishes for the offensive side of the ball?"
Wow, offensive side of the ball, be a left guard for me. Also be a second runner.
Because you don't like what's there now, though? Like you're blowing him out?
I just think it could be better because, again, that's been rotated as far as left guard's position is concerned, right? So that's the most vulnerable one because it has been rotated enough. So we got to get somebody there solid. Right tackle as well, another rotational piece, right? So we need someone there solid as well. And I'm talking about like the Dallas Cowboys solid. We're talking about like those pillars that's going to help you for many years to come. And I'll get another, actually a tight end. I actually, even though I love Kaden Smith, but I'd love to have a complete tight end as far as the blocking a little bit better, and as far as someone that can stretch the field a little bit better, that could be a little more dynamic as they hoped in Evan Ingram. So I would like that guy as well to hopefully fortify that line a little bit more. So that would be my 3.
But Danny's question says the real question is what Graham's going to draw up because of the lack of pass rush. You know, when you play Dallas, Dak's going to dice it up. We play a lot of zone. Fresh, any thoughts on this question here about Graham's really been like, you know, I don't want to call him asleep at the wheel, but he's been asleep at the wheel. What do you want to see out of Graham here, Fresh?
Yeah, he's got to be better. And a lot of the guys we touched on it earlier, they're just not playing well, right? Like, and we talk about like, what are we going to draft? Like, what do we need? A lot of that's going to be dictated by who are these guys? Is Bradbury the guy we've seen this year or the guy we saw last year? Is Leonard Williams the guy we saw this last year or what he has shown this year? So a lot of those things are yet to be determined before you get into drafts and stuff. But for Graham, you got to bring pressure. He plays bend, don't break. He plays a lot of soft zones and nobody's getting pressure. And the other quarterbacks and the other teams are making adjustments. So in the last couple of games, we've had really, really good series defensively for periods of time. And then the other team makes an adjustment. And then Graham doesn't adjust to the adjustment. He's got to send guys. He's got to blitz. On the back end, you're getting beat up anyway right now, so you might as well just send some pressure. You can't let quarterbacks be that comfortable.
Man.
Yeah, quick question.
True. Hey, Hefe.
Quick comment. Bradbury is not the lockdown guy from last year, but I feel like it's worth reminding everyone he has 100% of our interceptions this season.
Yeah, but that's because he's had so many opportunities, though.
He'll get beat on one play, then make up for it in an interception, which is fine. I'll take it. But he's still not that lockdown guy as we hope that he would be. Definitely not. I don't know what's happening.
Logan Ryan looks a little bit slower. I don't know if they're banged up or what, but they're not. They don't look like last year.
Could be conditioning. I mean, with a number one team as far as conditioning, I believe. If you looked at Golden Tate, which take everything with a grain of salt, that he said they're over conditioned in that franchise. They go out there and they condition. Maybe it could be that. Maybe they're just overly doing it as far as jogging if they make a penalty or whatever the case is. Maybe. But again, that's yet to be determined. But this is so much on their plate, maybe as far as that. But who knows what the issue is? Because again, it's not the guy's still there, right? We still got Patrick Graham. Just a matter of putting it together.
Look, my man Jay's in the building. By the way, thank you for your service, Jay. He sends me these crazy photos. He's a crazy Marine, I'm pretty sure. But he said he was going to pop in tonight. He's literally he's drawing it for you. What the problem is, I mean, starts off with your captain. He's a captain. He wears his C. He can't make a play. He's allowed 14 receptions on 17 targets. Peppers needs to do better. I don't care if they need to change his scheme. Jay, right on. Because here's the thing. He's a captain, and he's playing really bad. Yes, Jeff Pilgrim, so eloquently put the fact that we love the fact that we'll roll them because his overtime, coin toss.
That was so epic.
Moment was awesome.
That was the most excitement I saw in him.
But
that was so epic.
That was.
There's not a guy on the panel here that doesn't love Peppers. We all love Peppers, but
love him.
His game is so far off. And you know what, Truth, I'm going to send this to you. Here's my question. How does Peppers, Bradbury, Logan Ryan, game all off so bad? Doesn't it at all speak to the scheme? There's no way you can have all four of your guys that were potential Pro Bowlers be this far off. Scheme.
It's the same scheme.
No, but we don't know that, though. We don't know that.
I think. All right.
I don't know why he would have changed it if it's working, but assuming it's not the same scheme, then Graham is not doing what he should be doing. Then it's on him. Don't change something if it's working. I wouldn't. And it just happens. Players do have bad years. It just happens.
Look, Danny's got it right because he said I'm right, so that means Danny's right. I'm having fun with you guys, but I'm just saying, just for a second, and Spiro, I'm with you, man. We want to think it's the same scheme, but we're talking about all four of these guys were potential Pro Bowlers last year, can't find their way out of the locker room without making mistakes. I mean, they're bad. You know what I mean? Peppers
what
right
four?
now.
You say bad. 4? or 3?
Well, Leonard Williams too. I was kind of letting him get.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think you meant secondary. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. I mean, majority. It's
Everybody.
Peppers. It's Peppers, Logan Ryan, McKinney, and Bradbury, and I mean, you could say Leonard Williams too. I don't know. It just feels like more of a scheme thing. There's no way, Spiro. You think all 4 guys are butt because they can't play? It's got to be scheme, no?
Yeah, but if you look at the actual tape, they're still playing zones. Graham's playing those tricky zones. He's trying to trick people into it, and they're just not shutting down the zones quick enough. And also the pass rush, which is mediocre last year with crap players. I don't understand how that has gotten so much worse. But it's
crazy.
It's a factor. It's a factor because the quarterbacks have all day, and then they're getting out of the pocket and they're making plays when the plays break down, because they have so much time to roll around. Personally, I don't get what Graham's doing. I think it's the same scheme, but again, it's the edge rushers. Get Quincy Roche in there, give him a shot. Can't wait for Ellison Smith to get back, because maybe he gets a shot in the arm over there.
Yeah, that's a good point, Spiro. Great point.
You know, Aaron Robinson's coming back maybe in 2 weeks. Maybe those guys will help, but like, man, this pass rush is just atrocious, and it's bringing everybody else down too.
Yeah, Fly Guy says, you moved and made that move for Dory Jackson, and they're not playing enough.
It's hard to play man when you have no pass rush. You're going to just be running around the whole time.
Well, the zone isn't working though, so I mean, you got to do something.
Well, that's the bend and break mentality.
Yeah,
that's
correct.
Death by 1,000 cuts, and you hope that they make a turnover.
Okay. No, I think you're all right. I mean, everything you're saying, like, if you don't have a pass rush, this guy's got to cover too long. All right, so then let me ask you a head scratcher question. Eli, where's Carter Coughlin? Carter Coughlin is a really nice player.
Yeah,
they decided to move him to inside linebacker, and now we can't get on the field. So, Spiro, did you and I not have this conversation? Like, what do you got to lose? Put him back at DN and let him rush.
I agree. I mean, it could be his strong suit at this point, but at this point, you got to try something, right? So if Carter Coughlin is going to be the guy, go ahead and go for it at this point. We have nothing to lose. We have no pass rush, no nothing.
5 snaps. He's got 5 snaps. He got 5 snaps.
It's a crying shame, really. But that shows you, is he really ready? Or is it real? Maybe it does point to scheme more. Maybe he just doesn't fit that scheme. Maybe we're answering the question as we break this down. Maybe it is a scheme. Maybe he doesn't fit the scheme or whatever Patrick Graham has in store. But I can't tell you why he's not on that field. But I would. But again, hands up in the air. I'm not sure.
Jeff, Carter Coughlin can rush the passer. We started with him being a situational kind of packagey pass rusher. Like Spiro just alluded to, we have no pass rush. Like literally right now, we could take Zimenez and Carter off the field and play with 9, and we would do
it. It really makes no sense. If what you're doing isn't working, then change something. I agree. And to get a little bit ahead here, looking at Dallas, it takes more than one guy getting pressure on Dak to make an impact, because Dak can move. Dak's playing at a really high level, and he's dangerous because it's not just Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb and Zeke and Tony Pollard. He's using both of his tight ends. Like, they're using everybody on offense. So you need to come at this guy from different angles and confuse him, because no defense has slowed him down at all. I love that dude. The dude's playing hard.
I love this point. So much.
I agree with that one. I agree with that one.
Right now.
All right. How do I pronounce his first name without mangling that?
Anastasio.
Well, my brother from another mother. DM me your address, because I'm going to send you something, because that's the best point of the day. Because there is not a dude, as much as I'm disappointed in Bradbury, how I roll my eyes at Adoree Jackson. I know Logan Ryan's doing everything he can. There is one guy, and Fresh, you nailed this, Fresh, the other night. I will give you credit, because it was literally like, it is the best thing that you said on Sunday night. We know how good McKinney is, but that cat's lost. I mean, he is literally just floating, and Logan Ryan seems to have to make up for him all the time.
Yeah.
Fresh, you did say that. I mean,
we both did. You said it too.
But it was your take, dude, because here's the thing, guys. We're playing all these 3 safety sets. Logan Ryan's trying to play corner and safety and make up for McKinney. I know you guys all love him. I know he's a Bama guy. I know he's a downhill hitter. He's a 0 right now. Because
Ryan's not playing well either. Nobody. There's
I think
literally
Ryan's-
nobody playing
No
well.
one.
There's no-
Absolutely no one. It's just hard to put a finger on it.
Would you agree though? Maybe though Logan Ryan is gotten kind of making up for McKinney.
Yeah, but we're not seeing the all 22. Like we can't really
I
tell
know.
what's going on back there.
It made me
We
sad,
can't see
Spear.
it.
I'm going to get a beer. Jeff,
Hey, go
you're
get
in
a beer.
charge.
The problem I have is this the blitzes that we're calling up too. They're not even coming close to hitting home. Like, so it's like they try to blitz, it's not hitting. There goes the big play. They play zone, they get picked apart. Everything that Graham does right now is turning to
Not
shit.
working.
And it's funny because last year everything turned to gold. Like literally every button you pushed.
Yeah,
I'm not sure I understand with like a major upgrade like a Dory Jackson. Like they paid a
Yeah.
lot of money for that guy.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure I understand how.
He's been fine too.
I mean, aside from the dropped interception in the end zone, which was,
Right.
I mean, Craig, I think you had seats near me.
Oh,
somewhat
fly
near me.
guy.
That was our end zone when Adoree Jackson dropped that interception. I mean, that was
Yeah.
game changing, absolute game changing. Like, dude, that's what you get paid for.
Yes,
that's
true.
like if he
Facts.
caught that ball, we would have been like money well spent. We just
Yep.
got out of there with a W.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Well, who's hey Sig,
More
what's
Florida
up,
people.
Sig? Thanks for checking in.
Sick.
All the way from Florida.
Yeah, man, shout
you know,
out.
Fly Guy,
you're-
Fly
you are-
Guy. I'm sorry,
Go ahead,
Fly Guy just put up a thing about Fracco, how
Yeah.
well he's
Yeah.
playing. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
We're
easy
talking
now
about-
to say it, but
Wait a
you
minute,
know,
is
when you're looking
Fackrell playing and having a good year?
yeah, he's
He
doing
was
good
with
for
the
the
Chargers
Chargers.
last
Chargers.
night, making plays last night. Him and Bosa.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
how good would he look instead of Carter or Jimenez? You know, but you can't play money more than
Yeah.
quarterback now. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hindsight.
That's what it is.
What do you mean? I do that all the time. It works for me.
Captain Hindsight, baby.
All right, Eli. What do we got to do to beat Dallas?
I wish I could listen. We have to score. I'm gonna go on the offensive side of the ball. We have to be consistent. We have to score. We have to do some read options, RPOs. We have to put up
Kelly.
at least 28 to 30. Well, Dallas average is about 31, I believe, but we got to score 30 points here, a little more than that. And that's the only way to beat this team.
30?
30. I say about 35. All right. I think we definitely just go about 35, to be honest with you, because the defense is going to give up that much points. I'm really worried about the defense. So I'm going to go offense and say this offense got to click on all cylinders. We got to drop 35 in order to win this game, in my opinion.
Yo, I can't tell you how much I like this cat. He's singing my song. I'm like, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry. I had to put that up there. 30 points.
is hurt,
That's a
by the
big,
way.
that's a tall order, Eli. 30 points. Fresh. Can
Huge
they score
order.
30 points? Can they score 30 points? I mean, that's
Yeah.
that's a tall order for the Giants.
The way their offense is rolling, Dallas, I would not be surprised if they hung 50 on us the way our defense is playing and the way their offense is playing.
50.
But it's always weird, right? You always expect a shootout, and then these division games, like, watch, this will be the game where our defense finally figures it out, right? Because that's just how it is with divisional rivals.
And we
But
score 12.
I would think that the offense needs to put up at least 30 if they want a chance at winning this game.
100%. 30. Why is the 30-point mark such a barrier for the Giants' offense? Like we just inched. We
That's a
I think
freaking
the
good
one time
question.
we broke it, we lost to the Cowboys 37-34 or something last year. They're gonna need to score, like Vibe said, 35 points. You're gonna have to win a
Hands
shootout
down.
and maybe
Spear,
get more turnovers from other
Because
people.
El Jefe, the tag in on that El Jefe, their defense is suspect still, right? Dallas is kind of like almost at the bottom there as far as their defense is
No,
concerned, as
they're
far
better
as
than the
passing.
Giants.
So
That's some dogs, though.
true. So I think the
Big-
Giants can score. It's just a matter of they have to just outscore them at this point, and the defense
Well-
just kind of can't break. They just can't. They got to figure this out, and we got to put up points, and that's pretty much what I can think of.
Fly
Go
guy.
ahead, Michael Stewart, you
took the
got
words.
No.
Diggs.
I mean, everybody's right what they're
Hold on,
saying. The offense has to click. They got to score a lot of points. They got to get somehow more turnovers and convert on them. They got to
Yeah.
play the most perfect game in Dallas if they want to beat Dallas. As simple as
I
that.
agree.
They got to play
I agree.
perfect.
Go ahead, Jeff.
I was just gonna say, and Fly Guy kind of said it too. Diggs, he wears number 7 for Dallas. He's playing completely out of his mind. He has
Yep.
four or five interceptions.
Five. He's got five.
Five interceptions
Yes.
in 4
I think-
games.
I think he might have
Yes.
two might be for a pick 6.
Dude, he's playing out of his mind.
He's a beast.
He's changing their defense the way Bradbury changed ours last year. So the Dallas defense is not what it was last year. They
It's real.
spent a lot of draft picks if for them to release Jalen Smith, then they're in
They got
better shape.
Parsons now. They don't need him.
Yeah,
I think the turnover thing, something's going to have to give because we've been doing a good job and Jones has on offense limiting them, and their defense just turns everybody over. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I want to see Parsons. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead, Esther.
I would love to see Parsons versus Andrew Thomas. That's a matchup I want to see because Parsons has been doing some work on the end, and Thomas has been obviously doing work too. So that's a key matchup that I'm going to be looking for. But yeah, I think Diggs is going to take on Kenny G, and I think Tony's going to feast on their second cornerback. Because if you look at the numbers, Dallas is still giving up 100 yards receiving in 3 out of the 4 games to a lot of their big game guys. So they can be had. Their defense can still be had. You block Parsons, you go at the other people. Tony's going to have 100 plus and a touchdown.
Ooh,
right into the book.
Look at Spiro.
Right into the damn book, Jeff.
Let's go, Spiro. Let's
Spiro,
go.
Spiro. Watch Parsons go on the other side though against Solder.
So if Solder's they're gonna give him help then. Give Solder help.
If you're new to the Giants, guys, you're new to the channel. We do this thing. They're kind of hot takes. Someone says something a little out there on it's basically climbing out on a little skinny little branch.
Oh, Jeff's writing it down.
Yeah,
there you go.
Jeff writes it down in the book before the branch breaks on your ass and you fall out of the tree. So if you didn't notice, Spiro was pontificating about what's happening against Dallas, and Jeff's writing everything down.
I like receipts. Who doesn't like receipts?
Who doesn't?
All right,
Everybody likes to call
because
people
I
out.
don't know what I need some clarification. Stickers. What am I missing?
Oh, maybe the magnets that you showed before.
Ah,
Yeah.
nice.
Kelly.
Shout out Kelly.
Right.
Shout out Kelly.
Kelly, so look, Kelly, if you'd like one of these, I'll send one to you. Just DM me your address. They're actually car magnets. I've got.
Even better.
So look, because I have.
Yeah, I like that one.
So I've got the blue with the 3D kind of crazy skull, and then the one that actually looks like the one that's buried in Spiro's backyard. Okay. That one's like the cool 3D graphic designer, and that's one that you might find in Spiro's backyard. Right there.
I like that one.
Okay. But Kelly,
1930
the
house,
magnets,
dude. A lot of things
and
happen
Kelly,
there.
if you want one, Kelly, DM me your address, Kelly, and I will send you one. Oh yeah, and our boy there, Vasquez, because he came up big with the best point of the day about McKinney sucking. So what did I say that? Did I say that out loud?
Oh, the fly guy's calling you out. What happened, bro?
Oh,
controversy right here. Oh man, not the man of your word, Craig.
No, that's my bad. That's totally my bad. Because I literally, Carl, I just literally got these in.
Yell at him, fly guy. Get him.
Look. I literally got.
Don't hold your breath, Anastasia.
Yeah, right.
What happens, I don't.
Man, he actually got quiet on that, Craig. I've never seen him quiet before, man. Fly guy called your number. That was it.
All I said was, I just got the stuff in. You know what, Fly guy? Cut off.
You ain't getting shit, Fly guy.
Cheers for calling me out.
Cheers to 50.
Cheers for calling me out.
Cheers to 50.
I do have them though.
El Jefe's birthday, man. Cheers.
Happy
Happy birthday,
birthday,
man.
Yeah,
Happy
yeah,
birthday.
yeah.
Happy birthday.
He said, yeah. Nobody likes getting old.
So everybody's coming out saying, "Yeah, you should have gave me free stuff. Where's my this?" Where I'm like, okay.
Oh,
now
shoot.
said I owed something. Wait, let's explore Dallas just a little bit more for a minute, just because you guys are talking about scoring 30 points. Fresh, you got to be worried about Zeke a little bit without Blake, no?
I'm worried about Dak throwing for 450 yards on our soft zone defense and moving it up and down the field on us and having 40 minutes of time of possession. So
it's true.
Michael Stewart, right off the heels of what Fresh just said, now I'm starting to think that Graham's going to rush 3 the whole game and play 6 DBs. Does that kind of like what you kind of see happen?
If he does, Elliott's going to hurt you. DBs. If he does that, Elliott's going to hurt you. He had 143 yards last week.
And Pollard.
And
Pollard had 60. Pollard had 69 yards, and didn't even
Pollard looks better than him.
Nice.
Pollard is good.
Pollard is good. Yes, they had over 200 yards rushing, those two guys combined. So if they do that, they're going to get eaten up.
Facts.
Yeah,
I like this guy.
Checking the mail right now.
You can check your email. I'll send you a picture of it. How's that?
That's great.
What do you call it?
That's great.
Craig, just email him the logo and tell him to print it up himself.
Hey, look, man.
Go to Home Depot and get some magnets. Just put it on there.
I'm more than willing to say, look, I just got it in. Big old pile.
Oh, shoot.
I just got
Oh, my gosh. I'm in tears.
Well, if we're gonna do that, then I'll tell you. Then you should be out there buying these new hoodies. Is what you should be buying.
Hey.
Nice.
Weather's getting a little cooler. You need yourself a new hoodie. Go get some.
NYGiantsRush.com. NYGiantsRush.com. Please get your gear. It helps towards the cause. To get out, there's more content for you guys. Please go out and support. If you can, please.
Look at Eli.
Yeah,
Anybody
man. You gotta do
injury report? Anybody got an injury report?
I think tomorrow we're gonna find out. I can't wait for Shep to get back because Slayton to me is the forgotten man. He's down to now arguably wide receiver 5, but
he shouldn't touch the field again if everybody.
Yeah, I mean, barring injury, like you said, but you have KG as the big possession wide receiver. You have Tony as the electric guy. You have Ross as a deep play threat, and you get Shep as the chain mover. You got it all, man. You got it all.
I don't see that though. I think Tony and Ross probably going to battle for a lot of those dynamic plays. Don't you think so? Because they're very similar.
Yeah. He's the electric. Tony's the electric guy, and Ross is the deep threat guy. And then, but you still need that chain mover. And Shepard.
Shepard. Shepard. Yeah.
So that
Slayton definitely gets knocked down a peg, but you always need backup receivers. So nobody's getting cut, fired. No one's getting traded. Slayton's going to be there because the minute you're not going to get more than 6 games out of Ross. So when Ross goes down November 3rd,
don't you say that? Don't wish that evil on us.
Come on,
please do not. Come on, he played a great game. Don't do
that. Wait. Time out. Am I saying something that's not true?
Hey,
no, you're not. But we don't want that juju. You're not saying anything wrong, but we don't want the juju right now.
No, I'm just speaking facts, dude. That's it. Facts.
Well, right now he's healthy. Let's go with the fact that he's healthy. He's gonna have a long rest of the year. You know what I mean? A good year.
Leave the negative talk to me. All right, bro.
He's 1 for 1.
No, Steven says, look. Steven wants you to cut Jimenez. Before, I'm like, you still need the bodies. You can't just go cut
aggressive.
dudes.
It's aggressive move.
That is, man.
That's slightly aggressive. Look, guys can get benched is one thing, but you can't just randomly cut dudes.
No.
Because right now, he's like, cut him. Yeah. It's not going to happen. We need bodies because if somebody goes down, like you just said, if Ross goes down, you need Slayton. If Zimenez goes down, or
Colin Johnson too. You still got, sorry. Good call by Esley, man. The wide receiver depth is just insane right now. Like you can go 7 deep. Colin Johnson started catching balls. I was like, who's 15?
Dude,
right?
All we do is live, breathe, eat, sleep Giants, and I'm like, who's 15?
Yeah,
I didn't know. I didn't know at all. He was making plays though at that Atlanta game. Shout out to him, man.
Dude, it makes you think about Slayton. It's like, what does Slayton offer that these guys don't?
Some of these guys are possession guys, and Slayton's more of a deep threat.
I forget, Craig, if it was you that tweeted out, like, Slayton might be a wide receiver 5 right now.
That was me. Yeah.
I think we all said that at the beginning of the year too, where we was like Slayton might be the oddball on this roster as far as receivers concerned.
Yeah, because we all thought that Tony would have stepped in right away, and it didn't happen. But yeah,
it's a little puzzling. You watch Tony play, like you watch him for 2 seconds, and It's like, well, like, why couldn't he get on the field in September? Like, it's so, but whatever. At least that's behind us.
You know what, Fresh? You're never gonna know. Like, you're really never gonna know whether it's COVID stress, his cleats. You're just never gonna know. The only thing you can rest on right now is that he did exactly what you wanted him to do and then some. And then, listening to him, I think it's just comedy when he talks after the game too. So
dude, he's a great interview.
He's a star. He's just such a character, man. And I don't know, Craig, did Pickup have odds on Tony receptions? Because I made money on that one. DraftKings had Tony receptions 2.5. That was
easy money, baby.
Oh, wow, that's easy money.
Without Shepard.
And by the way, that is an amazing segue. Guys. So when you're a couple things going on. We have a partnership with Play Pickup. Okay, when you're reading our articles, okay, in the article you will see a prop bet. Okay, go in there, make an account, and play. If you win your prop bets, you will accumulate points. There's no catch. Yes, it's going to ask you for verification. That's the only thing you have to verify, so they know it's not you. You're not giving someone else's number out. Once you verify, you'll be able to play the pickup props. When you play these pickup props, the more you win, you accumulate points, and then they reward you like a gift card to like Fanatics or DraftKings or something like that. So look, it's just something else to play. It's pretty cool.
Fun.
And if you look in the article, you look at Java with Jones, you look at anything Spiro does, the Pilgrim's Point, Coach's Corner, Rackham. Even if I do a rant and rave, anything that I do, I think I just dropped an article yesterday on the good, the badass, and the unlucky, which is our a little breakdown on our 3 tight ends. You'll see prop bets right in there. Play them. Have some fun. Check them out. Secondly, if you are into sports betting, we pumped out a code a couple weeks ago. I got a brand new one. So if you're interested in the Win Sportsbook, just DM me. I'll send you out the new offer from the sportsbook. We got some great interviews coming up. Eli, by the way, is on fire. Okay, like he took it to heart. I was like, "Yeah, Eli, get me an interview." And he went out and he got Madeline Burke, and he's got some heavy hitters. And I mean, we're kind of holding them back a little bit, but we definitely.
You know what? Listen, for the sake of our show, do you want to release at least a couple for the sake of our show?
Well, Eli,
the 50 episode.
Since you got the interviews, Eli, tell them who's coming up.
All right, so not only we did Madeline Burke, we also have Dan Oflorski coming on to the show as well in 2 weeks. We also have Dan Snyder coming on next week. He's going to be part of the panel discussing some Giants stuff. And we have the big guy, Nate Burleson, that's going to come on the show soon as well. Baby. We are working out the dates. Shout out to Nate B. Can't wait to have him on. But, once we reached out to him, he said he's going to do it. And we're just working out the dates, man. He's a great guy. So we can't wait for that date. Shout out Nate Burleson.
Eli. Well done.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Doubt. More to come, though.
Yeah, we're chasing a bunch. We're chasing a bunch of guys now, trying to get them. Even Kevin Boss didn't be a solid. Jeff, I was thinking to you about the whole Bear Pasco story, because so I'm trying to find another angle, because even Kevin Boss goes, "These guys are great. Go on the show. You'll have a ton of fun. Go on there." And then he tags Ballard and he says, "Even my vampire brother was on the show." Now I have no idea what that means.
What does that mean?
Yeah, I tagged Ballard and I'm like, did I miss something? I'm like, what's going on? And then I got nothing. So a week went by and I was like, okay, I know your wife is an all-star, racer, in the rodeo. I don't know what you call it, but she races like in the rodeo, like huge, super fast horses, and she wins like all these events, like all over the country. And I was like, look, my wife grew up at the Cowtown Rodeo. Does that count? Like, is there any symmetry there? I can't seem to get on the bite. I'm going back with the Bear story again, maybe for a sympathetic play. So it's still
that is a badass job for your wife to have. My wife teaches first grade. How boring is that?
If you get a chance, you can go to YouTube and check out Bear's wife. She's pretty badass on a horse. But well, look, guys, we want the Brandon Jacobs interview. I've been trying
to get Big Boy.
I've been trying David Wilson. I've tried a bunch of these guys. So you know what, guys? How about this? Let's turn it back to you guys. You're loyal to the Giants, guys. Thank you. You go to nygiantsrush.com, check out the content. So let's do some of this. Let's put a little bit. How about you tag your favorite player, that's go, and I will give you the heads up. Go former player, because the active players don't do unsanctioned media. I know you love us. We love us. It does. The Giants don't necessarily let their players do unsanctioned media, right? Until I get credentials, and then I get stuck sitting in the booth. It's not fun anyway. So do yourself a favor. Pick a former player out. Hit him up. Tag me or tag one of the guys here on the team, right? And help us get an interview, and we'll let you sit in and on the interview.
Don't be afraid to reach out to Hakeem Nicks. Just asking for a friend.
That's
absolutely
that's a good proposition there, Craig. That's a good deal.
Yeah. So here's the deal,
Craigie.
Tag a player. Let's say because Spiro was alluding to Hakeem.
I'm going to do my part.
Yeah. So go out there and say, Hakeem Nicks, go on the Giants, guys. These guys are fun. They'll talk football. We'll have a great time. Blah blah blah. Tag them. Tag one of the guys in the team. Whoever you want. I don't care. All of us, some of us, tag us. If we get the interview, if I score the interview, I'll let you sit in on the interview, with the Giants guys.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome.
I'll let you, ask questions. You'll be part of the panel. You'll be one of the Giants guys for a week. So that's got to be some kind of motivation to track down some of these guys, right?
Huge.
That's not bad, man. I think you guys should definitely do that. That's awesome.
Yeah, Joseph. I love Bavaro, but he doesn't do too many interviews. Well, yeah, I know.
Reel him in, baby. Reel him in.
We know that one.
That's
I want Victor
point.
Cruz.
We need to listen. I tell you, you watch Eli work. Eli does one of these things because no one does it better than him because he's vibes, man. And he'll be like, please, you the man. It would be an honor.
Emoji.
That's my thing. It's like a period. The emoji got to come after that. You know.
Everybody goes, "Who's this guy asking me for an interview?"
Like, who's this idiot with all these emojis? That's what they say. Who's this idiot? He must be stupid. He must be crazy.
If you reel in Eli Manning, you could take my spot on the podcast for now and forever.
I got to tell you off the air. I almost had something. I got to tell you off the air, though. I can't let the public know.
Stop it.
I can't let the public know, man. I can't. I'll tell you off the air.
I'm hanging up the show because Eli just did the I can't tell you on air thing, so it's gotta be good.
Hey, listen, can we do one thing before we go?
All right, go ahead.
I got 50. I was about to say most memorable moment on this podcast. Let everyone know. Let's do it. El Jefe, that was a great idea. Real quick, go through. Anybody have their most memorable moment on this podcast? El Jefe, start with you. Let's roll.
I love it. And for me and Craig, thank you, by the way, for allowing us to join this, because none of us would have met these players or been able to write or do any of this without you. So thank you. I think my favorite, Carl Banks was legendary. That was like a holy shit, I'm talking to Carl Banks. But for me, talking to Lawrence Tynes and actually getting to ask him the question about before he ran onto the field in Green Bay, before Tom Coughlin said we're kicking a field goal, he just ran out there. I'm like, that was in my brain for a decade. And I got to ask him directly the question. That was ultimate highlight for me. That's it. Lawrence Tynes.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Yeah, go ahead, Truth. You're up. What's your favorite moment?
No, I enjoy the Paul Dottino podcast because that guy had so much information. We had to make 2 shows out of that because he took over the whole podcast. He took over.
That's so true. That's so true. He had so much information. We were like,
he's great. He's fantastic.
We got to make 2 shows.
We need Paulie Dots back on for sure.
Paul, keep doing great work.
I need him.
The Paul Dottino was too. I wasn't on that one, but I remember having to edit it. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
This went on forever.
And by the way, everything he said was like, it was so good. You were like,
great.
Yeah.
Couldn't stop him.
He's the real
deal. Go ahead, Fresh. What do you got? You got a favorite moment?
All the interviews were awesome. I would say it's but some of my favorite moments are when
I have to meet you.
When sometimes I'll have an outrageous take and you guys will write it in the book or whatever. But I love when you have like a strong take on something and Spiro's just like, no way, dude. Spiro's just like completely on the opposite side. So all in all, though, it's been awesome. I think Jeff said it well. It's been great to be part of this and getting to know you guys. And I'm excited to, hopefully if we keep doing this for the next 15, 20 years, maybe we'll see an 8-win season somewhere along the
I just said, whoa.
If we stay at this long enough.
I'm just hoping to live that long. Go ahead, Spirit.
Yeah, me too.
Lord willing. Lord willing.
I mean, again, the most fun we have is when we're all together, and I enjoy that. But I thought Chase Blackburn dropping the I want to try and possibly be a head coach kind of quote was like, oh man, that's pretty dope to hear. Like he's really gunning for this thing, and he was just couldn't be a more humble guest, and he was awesome. Took time out of his day with his family in the background, and just all these guys, and we love you all, man. They've been so gracious with their time, and they haven't been standoffish. They haven't they just give us an awesome interview every time, and we love all you guys out there. And bring on more guys, man. We love having you.
Good, Eli. What you got?
Really quick, I'll close this out, man.
I got one. Don't leave me.
Oh, you got one? Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. The most memorable moment was obviously, all the interviews are great. Anybody that touches this platform and taking their time out of their day just to talk to us is a beautiful thing. It's a blessing in itself. So I'm grateful for that. But the most memorable moment was draft night of this year. El Jefe hit me up and said, hey, come do this draft show. He tweeted out, there's some people I want on this draft show, and my name was included in there. And I jumped on the show for the very first time, and now look, I'm part of the team. And awesome. Truth was there, and everyone was there. And I can't ask for anything more. This is a great group of people that I've ever been around in my life. Yes, we all have our issues, we all have our ups and downs, but these are my brothers. And that's it. You know what I mean? We love you. So, valid. Hey, that's what's up. That's a fact.
Because I can't stop laughing. I'm sorry.
No, don't worry. But that you guys are my brothers. Shout out to them. Bro, I wish I'd have saw that damn comment. You gotta bring that back.
He said Jake Ballard says, he's jacked, dude. He's enormous. And he's like, man, I'm weighing 299. And we had who called him out? Who was it?
I think it was Booth.
Boss.
Was it?
Yeah, it was Kevin Booth. He says,
no, it was Booth, right? If I remember.
Kevin Booth. He says, oh, wait a minute. He goes, why would you say you were 299? Who says they're 299 unless you're already 300 pounds?
Ballard.
That shouldn't take away from Eli's heartfelt message, though. That was a nice message.
Yes.
And Eli,
I'm sorry, I couldn't stop laughing.
Thank you.
No, I saw that. I laughed at that comment too. But Eli,
I was trying to see it. I was like, man, I was so in the zone, and I was like, what the hell does that say? Why is everybody losing their minds? I would have lost my mind too.
I'm sorry.
But no, shout out to you guys. Thank you. Hey, shout out to you guys, my team, man. I appreciate it.
Eli,
we got an Italian fan out here, so shout out to Italy, bro.
Oh,
shout out Italy, man. Heck yeah.
Look at that.
Oh.
I told him to say hi to my friends back in Naples.
We're global, yo.
Don't worry, man. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. What's that? Wait, so they're what, 10 hours?
Yeah.
Italy. Wow.
Yeah. I know Greece is 10.
It's in the daytime right now there, right?
Yeah.
Or the next day. It's
probably
before.
early in the morning, I would think.
Yeah.
But
drop his time frame. That's great.
All right, so we're closing the show, right? And I wanted to say one is 50 episodes, basically one episode for the next. We did pretty much one a week for the last year. Great crew, awesome crew, and you guys know I've been doing this for 10 years, hands down, best crew. I fight with you guys. We laugh together. We drink beer together. We have a good time. We got to get Michael Stewart out of the Carolinas, or we need to go see him. One of these things.
I'm going down there, man.
I'm going down there, exactly.
So one, thank you guys for all you do. We're gonna do another 50 episodes. We're gonna hope we can do some more stuff. We're constantly growing and changing. The biggest thing for you folks out there: one, subscribe on YouTube. Two, make sure you bookmark it. Put it in nygiantsrush.com and make it like your daily. Just check it out once or twice because there's at least an article or two a day up there. My funniest moment is I don't really know if I have a funny one. I'll tell you one that always grabs my attention when Dominic Hickson told us that he disappeared and nobody knew where he went to rehab and his mom was dying of breast cancer. So he went home to rehab to be close to his mom. And the Maras were like, yeah, man, do what you got to do. I always remembered that. It kind of hit me kind of home. It was a really cool, touching story. He didn't have to share that with us. You know what I mean? So sometimes you see these guys in a new light. You know what I mean? You get to know them a little bit. They share a little bit of themselves with you. And that was one that kind of grabbed me. Like, these guys are human. And they're good guys. I think Jeff said they tell us funny things like Tolvason where he punches Tom Brady in the balls and, and Soybert puking, before the games and just, all these guys tell us something good. So we hope you guys appreciate what we do. It's late. We went way too late. I'm sorry. You listen to the Giants guys. It'll be on YouTube because Twitter seems to be like not cooperating. Good night, guys, because Eli's got a story he's got to tell us, and I need to hear it. Love everybody. We're out.
Later, guys.
Peace.
Peace.